Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching. We have a very interesting book to talk about today. So, The Republic of Uzupis is a novel by Haïlji, translated by the acclaimed Bruce and Juchan Fulton, and published by the Dalkey Archive as part of their Library of Korean Literature series. The English translation was published in 2014, and the Korean original was published in 2009. The Korean title is Uzupis Gonghakguk. And yes, so very interesting novel. But first, let me tell you a little bit about the author. So Hailji was born in 1955 in Gyeongju. He studied creative writing at the Chungang University in Seoul, and then did a doctoral degree in France. He made his literary debut in 1990 with an immediately controversial novel called The Road to the Racetrack, which was also adapted into an acclaimed film. He gained some notoriety early in his career for attacking the hypocritical standards and conservative values of Korean society. And Uzupis was his 10th novel, and I think it was his first to be translated into English. And I think it's still his only book to be translated into English, his only novel. I know there was a section of the Road to the Racetrack was published in a journal, but I don't think the full novel has been published in English yet. Anyway, so The Republic of Uzupis is a surreal and dreamlike story of a middle-aged man trying to return to his homeland. If only it were that simple. So who is this middle-aged man, and where is his homeland? So the novel starts with an apparently simple premise. A somewhat introverted Asian man named Mr. Hal arrives at Vilnius airport in Lithuania in the middle of an intimidatingly cold Baltic winter. He's traveled from a country identified only as Han, and carries with him the ashes and various mementos of his deceased and beloved father. So Mr. Hal's express intention, which he states with a singularity of purpose at every available opportunity, is to return his father's ashes to his homeland, the titular Republic of Uzupis. So from this basic quest like setup, Hailji spins an ever more surreal and increasingly troubling tale of a man in search of a homeland that may not exist, and certainly does not exist the way his memories tell him that it does. For rather disconcertingly for Mr. Hal, and much to his consternation, no one he meets is entirely sure where or what the Republic of Uzupis is. The border police at the airport appear to doubt its very existence. A taxi driver misguidedly takes him to a hotel called Uzupis. Others suggest it was a once mighty empire, while others still hint that it is or was a small country on the Lithuanian border. Adding to the confusion is the existence of an entirely different Republic of Uzupis within Vilnius itself. This Uzupis, however, is a debauched bohemian neighborhood of struggling artists, vagabonds, and hedonists who mockingly declared independence from the rest of the country several years before Mr. Hal's arrival. So we have Mr. Hal, who is a man struggling to return to a beloved homeland, but finds that it is inaccessible and may not even exist anymore. It sounds like Hailji is drawing on Korean history, perhaps, for Mr. Hal's quest. So is Hailji saying something about Korean history? You could read the story as being about Korea under colonial rule, or as being about the separation of the country after the Korean War. But these things are shadows lurking in the background of the text. They're never brought fully into focus. In fact, Hailji says that he doesn't have a story in mind when he starts a book. In fact, he says he relies on whiskey for inspiration. His writing technique is, he says, to write the first sentence, then write the second sentence and repeat. He once said, "I'm not a very serious man." And he also said that he felt better about himself when he discovered that Picasso had a similar working style. Anyway, I'm a huge fan of this book, and I would love it if more readers discovered it. Mr. Hal's journey is very atmospheric, very unsettling. Hailji draws the reader in with simple yet elegant prose, making the Vilnius Mr. Hal experiences an otherworldly, almost magical cityscape that is equal parts fairy tale and nightmare. So every encounter, every location is infused with a sense of the uncanny, so that it's difficult to say whether he inhabits a dream or a horror film. In tone and atmosphere, it reminded me of one of the Coen brothers' best films, maybe their very best film, Inside Llewyn Davis. And it also reminded me a little bit of an old Martin Scorsese film called After Hours. If you like either of those films or want a unique reading experience, you should definitely check out Hailji's work here. Anyway, so thank you for watching. If you have read this book, please let me know. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And as always, thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. So take care.